Hello, I'm Matt from ludovox.fr, and today I'm going to give you an overview of the 8-bit box. So the 8-bit box is not exactly a board game, it's a board game system. So you're going to have kind of a games console, which is the base components of the games, and then cartridges, which are going to hold the systems that will allow gameplay, as well as several specific components for those games. So obviously they are very inspired by 8-bit and 16-bit games, as you're going to see. So the common material to all games are these controllers. Every player is going to have one. They have 3 pads. You have a direction pad with 8 different directions. You're going to have a numbered pad from 0 to 9, and finally a choice pad with A to D letters. You're going to have dice and cubes, which represent the different players, and neutral cubes for resources, basically. Now I'm going to introduce the games to you. The first game I'm going to introduce to you is Pixoid. So Pixoid is a kind of a homage to Pac-Man, except that you're going to have Pixoid and the bugs. And the bugs try to eat Pixoid in a very nasty way. So in this game you're going to be on a board and you're going to be represented by cubes. So what you try to do as Pixoid is survive as many turns as possible, because on every turn you get a victory point, which is a cube, and when you reach 12 you win the game, but you can collect victory points or cubes across the board. So as a bug, as a bad person, you want to eat Pixoid, and basically if you move on top or over him, you eat him and all of the bugs win the game. So how do you play this game? You're going to program your movement. You don't use the choice wheel, you're going to use the D-pad and the figure counter. So for example, in this case, I'm going to choose this move. Everyone is going to choose simultaneously, and you're going to reveal simultaneously as well. So again, the bugs can't communicate with each other, so it's kind of a coordination effort on their part. So then once everyone has revealed, everyone is going to play, but first Pixoid is going to move, and then it's the bug's turn. So for example, one space in this direction, there and there. So everyone has moved, Pixoid isn't dead, so he's going to take 1 cube, and then we start another round of the game. And basically the game ends when Pixoid wins or the bugs win. There is a longer version of the game, but I'm going to let you discover that in the cartridge. For our second minigame, I'm going to give you an overview of Stadium. Stadium is a team game that you're going to play with 4 or 6 people, and you're going to play as a team. You play with the red against the blue, and basically you want to have the most medals in your team, because medals are worth victory points. So you're going to earn those medals on the course of 10 minigames. Every player is going to have their controller and their athlete sheet, and you're going to have energy to spend in your minigames. So for example, in this case, I'm going to flip the first minigame and explain it to you. This is indoor cycling, and you're going to be betting energy. You can communicate, sometimes you can't. You're going to bet energy, and basically once everyone reveals their bet, the first player is going to win the podium, the gold medal, but he's going to spend as much energy as the bet of the second player. The second player is going to spend as much energy as the third player, and so on and so forth. So the fourth player and lower do not spend any energy. They keep their energy for later. They save it. So you're going to have these 10 different minigames that are detailed in this minigame book. And you're going to have also rest options. For example, in this case, you have the doping control. So people may choose to use illicit products to boost their strength, but you might accuse the other team of doping themselves. So this is quite fun. And you're going to see at the end of the game if you have more medals than your opponents. This is it for Stadium. You're going to plan your energy expenditures and try to recover as best as possible during the rest times. So now to the third game. And our final game of this 8-bit box is Outspeed. This racing game is for 3 to 6 players, and it plays on this track here. This is basically inspired by old racing games in which you have to choose your path, because every path is going to cost you a certain amount of fuel and if you get out of fuel, you lose the game, you are eliminated. You can also be eliminated if you are scrolled away, because there is a scrolling system, so if you are a straggler, you get lost in the process. Everyone is going to look at the race tile and is going to be able to choose between 2 or 3 opportunities. In this case, we have the choice between D and B, and we are going to select our option through the choice wheel. If I select D, I'm going to I'm going to trigger the ability, but before I need to roll the dice here and see how much fuel I get to spend. In this case, I'm spending a die worth of fuel plus 1 fuel, so I'm spending 1 fuel for 3 spaces that I move forward. This is very advantageous, but obviously I can spend a lot of fuel on this if I don't get lucky. So certain options are safer, certain options are more expensive, but make me move forward. You can also have pickups which allow you to pull your opponents back, to slow them down, or to get more fuel, and this is really nice because it allows you to go further, quicker, faster, and longer. So obviously you can rotate the screens like so, and if some people are there when the screen rotation happens, they get lost in the process and they lose the game as well. Once you reach the final round of the game, you have a finish time which is a bit different from the others, and you try to get there because that's how you win the game. You need to be faster and go further than the others. That's it, you know almost everything there is to know about Outspeed. This is it for the 8-bit box, so this is a games system with 3 games inside rather than a single game. So now that you know almost everything about the 8-bit box, Outspeed, Stadium, and Pixoid, bye bye and see you on LudoChrono.